a person who I had like a crush on. I met their like dad, and like I asked them. I was just like a lapse in conversation, and we were out to dinner, and I went, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And he was like, "No." Do you? And I went, "No, but they scare the shit out of me." I just want to be that guy in a movie that's like, he's like the tough and like quiet one that you're like, maybe he's kind of dumb, but you're like, no, he's wise. And then like gets into a situation where they're like, oh my god, that's overwhelming, awful things, like something's like gonna break in. It's very much like hold the door. I want to hold the door moment, but like a moment where I'm just like, I love that character. It's like, which I call, it's like the big guy who's like, I'll hold him off. I'm like, I think that's my favorite archetype ever.
You were born for that.
I totally am. It's like the guy you're like, he's not gonna make it, but he's gonna go out swinging. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's great. And it's like, they're often like, that didn't do anything. It actually made everything worse, or like, yeah, it didn't help at all.
Yeah, dude, we had room in the cars.
Yeah, exactly.
We had enough seats.
Like Hodor, that's the best one. That's the best one. It makes you cry. It's so sad. But there's so many. I'm like, I want my, just be like that. Go.
Dude, I remember in one of the books they did Chewbacca dirty like that. That was
really?
Like how Chewbacca died in some of the
what?
Like older books. I don't know if they're canon anymore since Disney has it, but like he was like some like planet saving holding a thing to sacrifice himself.
Wow, Chewbacca, that rules.
Yeah. So he's sort of the Boromir getting lit up.
Yeah, oh man.
Same. All that.
Yeah, it's Boromir. You're like,
and I'd be like Pippin and Mary being like, I think we gotta run. I don't know. He's doing it for us, guys. Maybe we should dip.
I think we should hide. Yeah, I'd totally be that. And everyone's like, no, don't do that. It's fine.
We'd actually really could use you later.
Yeah, it would be nice if you'd like have you really don't have to do this. It's not gonna help. It's making things really bad. Go, leave, and then like
you're just tired. Admit it. Is it just because you're tired?
And he's like, He's like getting acid poured on him, or like they're eating his body, or like ripping it apart, and he's like,
He's doing that, but it's in anticipation. They haven't actually got to it yet.
They're nowhere near. Help me!
You're fine, dude. They're not even here yet.
It's like, I'm on fire.
You're just hot. You get out of the sun. I'm melting.
I can't help me, God. Oh, God. They're like, all right, let's just leave him.
Well, what do you say we get into your Bible story? I don't even remember which one we picked.
I think we picked Bone Town.
Bone Town. Ow!
What is it? Is it like bones or like... Oh, God. Okay, I'm excited.
Bone Town meet Butt City.
There's like a little bit of a theme. Bone Town, Butt City, let's go. What a night. This is the best night of my life. Let's go.
Where in the Bible is Bone Town? Do you know?
Wow, I gotta look it up. Ezekiel 37. Womp, womp, womp. Ezekiel 32.
Whatever you were just doing.
I just started doing like football plays.
Yeah.
Genesis 22. Hut.
Josiah Blue.
Josiah Blue. Ezekiel 22.
Burning bush. 42's the burning bush.
That's just full on.
Dude,
that's
biblical
great.
audibles are so
That's funny.
Lost shepherd. Lost sheep.
Lost shepherd.
Sheep. Cow said hut. But like hut is in a little like hovel, like a little tent. Cow said hut.
So should I just read it?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, because you said you haven't read this yet, right?
Or will you read it? What's the best way to do this? Is it my turn?
Just tell me the story, however you like. You can read it.
Okay.
Or you can just paraphrase it. But if you've never read it before, you should probably read it.
Let's do it.
All
right, this one's called The Valley of Dry Bones. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord, and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. Okay, this rules.
Let's rock.
He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. He asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. I just know Barracuda is playing in the background.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay. No, okay. I said, "O sovereign Lord, you alone know." Then he said to me, "Prophesy to these bones and say to them, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This..."
You don't have to proclaim it. The mic can get you.
Oh, sorry.
It's pretty fire though, but
Sorry. Is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones. "I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin." What the fuck? "I will put breath in you, and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord." Whoa. There's a lot more.
you're a natural.
This is crazy. Mm-hmm. So what's happening so far?
I don't even know. I barely remember this one.
Okay. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I was prophesying, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and the bones came together, bone to bone.
Damn.
I looked, and tendons and flesh appeared on them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. Then he said to me, "Prophesy to the breath, prophesy, son of man, and say to it, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe into these slain, and they may live." So I prophesied, and he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army.
Badass. Are you sure this is an Elden Ring?
This is Elden Ring, basically, right? Then he said to me, he's just like talking right at him. It's like this guy's just bossing him around. I've noticed that already in this book. It's a lot of being bossed around.
You were rebellious. You were like, "Man, I don't want to be here, dude."
Yeah, don't tell me I don't want to do it. Yeah. Then he said to me, "Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. They say, our bones are dried up and our hope is gone.
Oh, damn.
We are cut off. Therefore prophesy and say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. O my people, I am going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel. Oh no. Then you, my people, will know what I am, the Lord. When I open your graves and bring you up from them, I will put my spirit in you, and you will live, and I will settle you in your own land. Then you will know what I, the Lord, have spoken, and I have done it, declares the Lord. What the fuck? What a run-on sentence. Dude, of crazy shit.
Why are you so good at this? That was like, I feel like you have the preacher's build. You're just like big booming voice guy. That I feel like in a past life you certainly were like a traveling preacher. But and because like that felt like a good biblical performance. You were like, and then I was like, damn shit, I think I believe this.
It just came inside me.
It just came inside of me.
Yeah. This Holy Spirit came onto me. I don't know. It's like, it's
the language of it's very.
The language of it is just like, and then this, and you're like, oh my God.
I would say, it's fun to watch, like, kind of everyone I grew up around at least knew about the Bible or was down with it.
Uh-huh.
Just ubiquitous where I'm from. So, like, it's fun for me to really, like, pick the brain of someone who's, like, very fresh to it. Because there's a lot of stuff that I just take for granted people know about, and then I'll make references, like, at parties. I'm like, you guys don't know about, lot? And they'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. It's like city, like...
I'll just be like, it's a real Job 13, right, guys? And they're like, dude, we're doing drugs right now, can you not?
I'm just like, what? I don't know what that means. Yeah.
It's like a den of vipers, am I right?
That's like me coming up to people. See, I think that you had church and I had anime. I was just like, I'm going to watch anime and it's going to be my family and I don't need anybody. And church is like about community and I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that's why a lot of people do it, is just to have some kind of community. It's like
I get it.
Same reason people do like Soul Cycle, where it's like, it's just, I want to have a group that I see every week and we're like trying to do good stuff.
I think it's like on paper to me, I'm like, oh, that could be really nice, but I'm like, it just seems like so much bad stuff is cooked into like...
Yeah.
Just like...
Is it worth the free pizza?
You know...
Have your kids be like, am I going to hell?
And well, just like, like stuff where it's like putting them around like predators and stuff like that like the church is like, it's cool. And they're like, no, it's not. Like, no.
Extra. The Pope says it's fine.
Like, clearly, it's just like I could go off on all that. I'm very cynical against that stuff. So it is interesting for me to be like, let's talk about the Bible.
Yeah, but then it's just like you realize like, oh, this is just a super super old book from a totally different time. That's what's fun about it to me. It's like totally different.
To me, it's honestly very fun to just like. There's no situation where I was ever gonna like willingly sit down and just like read the Bible.
Yeah.
So like this is great. I'm like, oh cool. Like I'm learning about the Bible, and what I know about it is that I'm like,
gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, it's for real. This time next year, I'm gonna be a completely different person.
That's how they should. We'll have you on next year when you're saved.
Buttoned up. I look great.
You're fully clean. Actually, similar beard. It was a pretty good Jesus-y beard. I feel like it's well maintained.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Like, because I feel like in the church, once the beard, you have to be really old to pull off like bushy beard in the church. If you have bushy beard and you're young, they're like, "You good, dog?" Like,
yeah, you look wild if you have a fucking. I don't know why it works on an old guy.
Yeah, because it's like, well, that's just the years on him. That's the wisdom. But it's like, hey, why is that 25-year-old got the years on him with that beard? Like, it's just weird.
It ages you a lot.
Yeah,
but like I've been like blessed with like good follicles, so I can grow like all sorts of goofy ass like facial hair.
It gives you a lot more options. It's like the little staticky with the stylus. You can move the like black fuzz around onto the face.
That'd be sick. And it's like up here, and you look like a dope, and like up here, and you look like a like what I usually look like, and like
a baller,
I guess. Well, I guess mustaches are in now. I used to like when I first like had to grow a mustache. It was like in 2009 or 10 or something.
That's early, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was just like, I don't have the follicles for this quite yet.
Oh, yeah.
And like, it's like someone being like, you have to grow it and you have to start growing it right now and I want to see it. And it's like puby and like gross and you're like, literally people on the cast were
Who's making you grow it?
My professor, Bruce, who was on Star Trek, like the original Star Trek.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's like, look up like this, there's a character named like Lieutenant like Riley or something like that.
Pull that up, Jamie.
It's like Bruce. What the fuck is his last name? I should know. I have a picture of him on my wall.
Bruce the Professor made you grow facial hair?
Yeah, because I was in this show called like The Roads to Home or something like that. And I was like playing like Mr. Green, like an abusive like man who's like, Anna, come home, you're embarrassing me. That type of guy. Yeah. He's like, you need to like, he's like, I want you to start growing a mustache. And I was like, okay, Bruce. He's like now. And I was like, okay. And he's like, so I mean, I want you to shave the rest of this and just have that. And I was like, I'm like new in college and like you want me to just have a mustache right now? I was like, oh fuck, Bruce. And like I had to have that.
That's
and, like,
fucked up.
Yeah, and people like in my cast like called me pedo.
Yeah.
But it was like it was like a bit, but it was like, oh, I don't like this nickname. Like I don't enjoy this.
It's
like,
basically asking for the pedophilia. One time,
it looks bad.
One time I was
especially that age.
I was in a shared Lyft or Uber back when that was a thing, prepaying. And
they're back.
They're back?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I took one here.
Oh, I should be.
For the reasons it took so fucking long. Anyways.
And these two like drunk. I want to say either Scots or Irishmen got in the back, and we had like wise big gray beard. I think Indian guy driving the Lyft, and Asif. I remember his name specifically. Asif was the man. Yeah, he was like he was wizened, and they were like chatting me up, and they're like, and we were just kind of joking around. But then someone was like, "Why you got a mustache? You look like a fucking pedo." Yeah, I think they're Irish. You look like a fucking pedo. And I just kind of laughed it off, and we just kept talking. They were talking to themselves or whatever. And then after the two guys got out of the car, it was like kind of quiet. It was almost like I was sitting with my dad because I was in the front seat with him. And Asif was like, "You should not let people talk to you like that." And I was like, "Damn." And he's like, "If I were you, I would not take that." And I was like, "Okay, damn, all right." He gave me like a real pep talk. I was like, "You gotta stick up for yourself." And I was like, "Okay,
wow,
5 stars." That's a fun strategy as a Lyft driver to like, I'm gonna father him for like 5 minutes, and then I'm definitely getting a tip. And then flash forward like years later, I was like looking for a therapist, and I just looked on the internet. I was like, therapist nearby, like insurance, whatever. And one of the first guys was named Asif, and I was like, that's my dog. So I saw for a few years. Yeah, it was good.
That's great.
Different Asif, obviously. That'd be insane.
I was like, oh, that's what I thought you meant. I was like, oh,
welcome
my God,
back. I was just like, no, I've gotten good advice from an Asif before.
He's like, take a seat, and he's like, hello. He like remembers you.
He turns around, but his seat is a car. Like seat. He reclines.
It's still a
you
car.
Hear like, and he reclines into view, just like, welcome back. Buckle up.
Buckle up. He's like, we got a lot of ground to cover. Let's go. I'd love to get back in therapy. That'd be sick. One of these days.
I never heard a phrase like that. Like the way someone talk about like going snowboarding. Like, yeah, dude, getting help for my mental well-being would be sick, dude.
It sounds sick, man. Just shredding. Wait, what are you talking about?
Shredding past traumas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's great for that. Tangent.
Oh, yeah, we still got more bones.
What the fuck is this about so far? Because, like, I honestly felt
my
like...
My best guess is that it's just... There's a lot of times in the Old Testament where the Lord just shows off his sick powers to prove a point about, like, I'm the Lord. I'm God. You guys keep worshiping other gods that let you, like, hump and stuff, and that's not cool. I'm God. I'm the only God. Check this shit out. And then he'll do, like, fireball or, like, I think in this case he's, like, showing him his zombie powers.
Oh, cool. So he just, like, literally
Just an example. He just raised a bunch of bones and did them together. He's just like, I'm God. You guys keep forgetting that shit.
That's great. So he's just popping off. He's just like being like, I'm just like stunting on these guys.
He's using his ult, I think, a little bit. I guess the flood was his ult.
That's great. Okay, can I popcorn to you? Can you read for a
Yeah, for sure. How's it going? Hope you're enjoying the show so far. If you like Holy Smokes with Scoochie Boochie, hit like, hit subscribe, drop a comment, a review. All those free things help us out a lot. This part of the episode is for sale. If you want me to do an ad read, hit me up, holysmokespod@gmail.com. If you got a business, you got a show coming up you want to promote, maybe in Chicago, I can do that for you, and it is very affordable, holysmokespod@gmail.com. If you hate this part, where there's an ad, I got good news for you. We have ad-free full episodes on our Patreon, patreon.com/holysmokespod. At the Deacon tier, that's $5 a month. You get ad-free full episodes, a promo code for discounted Scoochie Boochie merch, including t-shirts and posters, and also monthly bonus videos you can't get anywhere else. They're only on the Patreon. August, this month's Patreon exclusive video is another 6-pack of Stand Up for Plants. So if you join the Patreon right now, you get those, plus the other 6 Stand Up for Plants episodes that I uploaded in May, plus both Patreon-exclusive eps talking about Christian rap with Eric Tetherow. Those are hilarious. Highly recommend those. And thank you so much for listening to this show. I'm still very proud of it. Even though the numbers aren't there yet, I think this show is hilarious and has a good chance to be something real special. So thank you for being a part of it in these early days. And tell your friends. Thank you. The Lord said, Ezekiel, son of man, get a stick and write on it, the kingdom of Judah. Then get another stick and write on it, the kingdom of Israel. Hold these 2 sticks end to end so they look like one stick. Darth Maul style. That's in there. And when your people ask you, what does that mean? Tell them that I, the Lord, will join together the stick of Israel and the stick of Judah. It's pretty straightforward. I will hold them in my hand and they'll become one. Get it? 2 sticks, 1 stick. Hold these 2 sticks where they can be seen by everyone. So he holds them up.
What?
Yeah, okay. I'm in verse 20. My translation is different. And then say, I, the Lord God, will gather the people of Israel and bring them home from the foreign nations where they now live. I will make them into one nation and let them once again live in the land of Israel. Only one king will rule them, and they will never again be divided into 2 nations. Got it?
I think, yeah. No.
You guys are going to have a good time, basically. It's good news.
Okay, cool.
One king, not going to get split up. It's bad when there's more than one king, because then they start to try to kill each other.
Yeah.
They will no
longer
have
2 kings. Yeah, one.
Yeah, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. 2 like
sorry.
Yeah, that's like 2 like a cowboy showdown. It's like town ain't big enough for 2 of us, but they're like royal. Like this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us, Reginald.
They're like fencing at dawn.
I'm God.
Nah, but it's like in their sandals and shit. Or it's probably like back then. It was probably like really fucked up. They're like, I'm gonna take you in like hand to hand right now. You me. I'm gonna bash your head in.
2 kings, just like a bar fight.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, come on. It was way cooler back then.
I feel like we almost got into earlier. We were talking about just the size of our families. You said brother 6'6". Is anyone else tall?
I think my Uncle John and Uncle Steve are both like 6'5"-ish.
Damn.
And then Uncle Dave is 6'3". Mm-hmm. I'm 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
And then like my cousin is definitely like 6'2" and like 6'1". It's like everyone's like over 6 foot.
Damn.
Easy.
Squad.
Yeah, they're big boys. And like my girl cousins, like I think one of them's like at least like maybe he's like 6 foot, maybe like 5'11". Mm-hmm. She's like tall, she's gorgeous. All my cousins are like I have a very like just beautiful like German family. Like everyone's tall. And that's my mom's side. And then my dad's side is like little Greeks.
That explains why you're a giant Greek.
I'm a giant Greek, yeah. I'm big dirty Greek. Like that's like me distilled. And like
I'm a sniveling Dutchman.
That sounds like oh no, or like, oh great, it's the sniveling Dutchman.
Yeah. No good character ever snivels.
What exactly is a snivel?
I feel like it's in the mouth and the nose, and it's like when you're being a little stink. I think it's a rat. It's when you move like a rat moves.
You're sniveling.
Yeah, it's like shrinking and like.
Like,
What are you doing? I'm having a snivel. Give me 35 minutes to have a snivel.
chewing a bone a little bit.
Don't interrupt me, snivel.
Well, like kind of like I almost imagine like sniveling and groveling are kind of the same.
A grovel is like a snivel directed towards a superior.
And a snivel's like,
Actually, yeah. I think it's just whether you like the guy in charge. If you hate him and you're plotting on his downfall,
you're sniveling.
that's a snivel.
Yeah.
But if you are rooting for his team, that's a grovel.
That's a grovel. Yeah. Oh, it's like it's kind of the same flavor, but like a little different.
Grovel, snivel. Is there another Pokemon in that evolution?
Grovel, snivel.
Who's that Pokemon? Grovel.
And then it needs like a third form that's like like a really blunt, horrible thing. Grovel, snivel.
Die of bone disease. I choose you.
Die of bone disease. You throw it out and you're like, no, he's dead.
You guessed it. Die of bone disease. Used die of bone disease. It's very effective. Die of bone disease. Died of bone disease.
He's just on the ground dead.
Shit.
It's like, oh no, Bonesy.
I've never seen one die in the Pokeball.
It's like he died in the Pokeball.
Oh, it stinks. He died a while ago. You open up a stinky Pokeball.
It's like I tried to get him to the hospital. They're like, I don't want your Pokemon fighting my Pokemon. Is that dead? I'm calling the police.
We have rules here in the water gym. Is you can't throw a decomposing Goldeen into the pool.
I didn't know he was dead.
I'm as embarrassed as you guys are uncomfortable.
I had no idea. They're like, okay, well, the rate of his decomposition, he's been dead for a while, and you're like, I haven't used him for a while.
You gotta check in. Didn't you remember to feed him?
No.
You gotta open it up, feed him, put it back in.
I thought you just put him in there.
Oh no! You know what that's like? I had a buddy
I thought the Pokeball did everything.
A buddy of mine had a roommate in their apartment in college, and one time they came back and the apartment was like stink. It's like something burned. They're like, what the hell? He's like, I put Easy Mac in the microwave and it burned. And they're like, you just put it in, just lid and
oh no,
paper packet and
like the whole thing.
Just put it in straight up.
What a dope!
And then he was like, it says Easy Mac.
You made it so much harder. You
just burned it alive.
You just have to read a little bit. I know it's hard. I feel you. I don't like reading either.
It's not as easy as you'd hope, but it's still pretty easy.
It's not that bad, though. It's like, I always remind myself that when I'm like, oh, I'm just like, yeah, our ancestors had to like go kill a thing, and like a couple of their friends would die, and like they'd like be like their hands would be fucking all crazy, and their forearms would be huge because they're running around and like stabbing shit.
And I'm like gorilla style.
Yeah, they're just crazy and like doing cool stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta go next door to the Jewel. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. They were like doing that. You ever seen in Saving Private Ryan when the dude gets like slowly stabbed?
Oh.
Like it's like that, but you're like it's you with like just like a deer, and you're just trying to eat.
Yeah,
and the deer's trying to stab you. It's got little hoops on the neck.
I like. Oh, so a person getting stabbed by a deer, and it's like, and it's like going in. Oh,
you came to the wrong woods.
And then there's like, you cut on that, and he's just disemboweled. You came to the wrong woods.
I got shushed by a hoof. He's like, shh.
Dude, that would be a fun short.
Yeah, just a deer who's like just Rambos you.
Yeah, like a couple, like it's like a couple hunters are out there and they're like, "What the hell?"
You just like that was behind us.
Yeah, and it's like they really think they are like hunting one.
And there's antlers there, but when they get out of the clearing, it's like just antlers on like some rocks, and then he's like right behind them.
Yeah, with a gun.
Afternoon, boys.
He goes, checkmate, boys.
Oh dear.
Yeah. That's how it ends.
The buck stops here.
Oh man. There they go.
You ever seen Bambi?
No, or it's like he shoots one in the head, just awful, or like he kills one horribly, right?
Okay.
With a knife, and then the man's like, "I didn't know you could talk." He's like, "Tell me, what's your name?"
I didn't know you talked.
I didn't know you could talk. I would have never hunted you. And like, he's just like, with his dying words, he goes to him, tell me, what is your name? The deer he leans in and he goes, Bambi. And then he goes, bonk. And then it's like, that's late title sequence, Bambi.
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 Bambi 2. Revenge of
Bambi.
Bambi Doe. The sequel.
That's the whole...
The Fawn
Bambi, no. The sequel. That's so funny.
Miss Fawn. I mean fall.
Stop.
You have to laugh because I invited you to my house and gave you tea.
That's amazing.
And my terrible deer. Okay, so you should read some now.
Okay,
Let's
so
switch backs.
there will be one king over all of them, and they will be never again be two nations. Oh yeah, one king.
Yep.
This is what we agreed upon. Okay,
Yep.
guys. They will no. Oh wait, am I? Yeah. They will no longer defile themselves with their idols and vile images, or with any of their offenses. For I will save them from all their sinful backsliding, and I will cleanse them. They will be my people, and I will be their God. My servant David will be king over them, and they will all have one shepherd. They will allow my laws and be careful to keep my decrees.
Be careful.
Oh my God. He's just like, again, he's just like, hey, all right, they're going to do this, and you're going to do that.
That's a succinct summary.
That's the whole thing. That's what the Bible is, right? It's just like him being like, hey,
do this.
Hey, come on.
Come on, let's get in the car.
Don't do that.
What about Cower as the third Pokemon evolution for Grovel and Snivel?
Yeah. Or maybe
Bootlick. That's a move that one of them has.
It's super effective. the Pokemon's like, they're fighting. He just goes, yeah. And they just leave.
Snivel used forked tongue.
It's like secretly like the most powerful move in the game because you can like use it.
Bootlick.
Any enemy is vulnerable.
The
to
more
it.
powerful the Pokemon is, the more vulnerable they are to it.
Yeah.
So you can use them to scale up to be like Mewtwo and shit.
Yeah.
Hear that? That's the wind going through the door.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's been done a couple of times today.
That's a little scary.
It's windy. Yeah,
In the city.
earlier. Nice. Well said. It's probably upstairs, boys.
Oh God.
You're fine.
What is that? You said.
I get why you're anxious because every time you're like, what if they got stabbed and it was horrifying? And I'm like, yeah.
What if it's ghosts? I'm always like, oh no, it's happening! Finally, ghosts. I met a person who I had like a crush on. I met their like dad, and like I asked them. I was just like a lapse in conversation, and we were out to dinner, and I went, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And he was like, "No." Do you? And I went, "No, but they scare the shit out of me." Just the idea of like a ghost is like, oh yuck! I hate it so much. You can't stab that. You can't stop that. It's a ghost.
Damn. You do think in terms of stabbies, I think, is your first thought. Like, well, can you stab it?
And so you can't? Like, uh-oh. No, never mind. I don't want to deal with that.
I don't trust him as far as I can't stab him.
What do you mean I can't stab it?
I don't fuck with it. I can't stab it.
But no, thank you.
I love it.
Where did I leave off? Let's see here. My servant David will be the king over them, and they will all have one shepherd. They will follow my laws and be careful to keep my decrees. They will live in the land I gave to my servant Jacob, the land where your fathers lived. They and their children and their children's children will live there forever, and David, my servant, will be their prince forever. I will make a covenant. I thought it was a convenient. I was like,
I will make a 7-Eleven on the plane that will be for all. Taquitos in the waist.
And they're like, hurrah! Hooray!
It's like, imagine you're like desert level starving, but you get a Slurpee. You're just like, wow, brain freeze.
Oh, God. Thanks. Thank God.
They get brain freeze just by walking into air conditioning. They don't even have a Slurpee. They're just like, oh, shit.
What wizardry is this? It's just air conditioning.
Am I dead? If you all you know in your whole life was just desert and like Bible times, you walk into an AC place, you'd be like, I think I'm dead, or this is something else.
Or like, and you got a slushie? Come on. You'd be like, what is this?
I mean, you'd puke immediately and then be like, another.
Because Because you're like, I do need the water. I do need the liquid, but like there's a lot of sugar.
I just got fucked by that Coca-Cola Slurpee.
They return on their journey and like they're like they're like huge because they've been eating a bunch of processed food, and like the village is like, oh my god. He's like, come with me. There's a 7-Eleven.
There's no long-term consequences. And then on the way back, he's like a little short of breath. Dude, my brother...
like, where is he? He's like, follow me. And they're like, all right, we are. And he's like, just give me a second. Oh, God.
You know what? I'm experiencing left side pain. You guys go on ahead.
Go 30 leagues that way.
I'll hold them off. Hold what off? Your heart disease?
Go.
The guy who's saying I can hold him off, but it's just him having a heart attack?
Yeah. No. I'll try to stop it. I got it. I have everything under control, guys.
It's like, why would we leave? You're the only person having a problem right now.
No, we're going to get you a doctor. Go. I got this. Oh, God. Yeah, like that. I love that.
Not today.
Not today. I don't need anybody.
Just giving himself CPR. I can do this.
I mean, I do know a story about this guy who was like the high school gym teacher. I can't remember his last name, but he was a little like, he was like short, but he was like a very broad, like little Italian guy, like just very strong looking, like little Italian guy. And he was our gym teacher. And apparently one time at like a game or like an assembly, he was eating something and he started to choke. And instead of like getting help, he threw himself on a fucking chair and like, like threw it out. It was like a rumor, at least in those schools.
Kind of badass.
It's like, oh, that's sick. He was
self-Heimlich. He didn't even inconvenience anyone.
He was just like, I got this.
That's the ultimate, like, I don't want to be a bother move. Is it Heimlich yourself on a chair, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's like, it obviously works, so it's like, all right, well, but I'm like, oof, that's a real, like, that's a gamble, my guy.
Yeah, if you don't successfully puke, you just randomly, like, hit yourself on the gut with a chair, and I was like, you good, dog?
Like, people are gonna think you're doing a bit or something.
Yeah.
And then you just die in front of them, and they're like, ha ha.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm very anxious. Can you tell?
You have so many twisted fantasies.
Yeah, I know.
The Bible is actually a good fit for you.
Yeah, probably.
What if if the team that he's watching was choking, so everyone thought he was making fun of them?
Wait, what do you mean?
So like they're watching a basketball game and like the team that's ahead is choking. They're like losing the game. and then he actually chokes and they're like, oh, he's roasting him. They're like,
he's
oh
choking.
God, wow, he's really going for it. Yeah, they're choking. He's like, oh, and they're like, yeah, we know. All right, how about I keep it going? I solemnly promise to bless the people of Israel with unending peace. I will protect them and let them become a powerful nation. And there's a lot of that where it's like, you guys fucked up. You fucked up. You like me? Okay, it's gonna be okay. Sheep for everybody, and then they're like, then they get some sheep, and they start just getting horny and misbehaving, and they forget about them. When the going's good, they just start, like mashing it, and he's like, what the fuck? I told you to serve me. And they're like, yeah, but now we're having a good time. That's the constant cycle in the Old Testament. But yeah, the bones thing is like,
it's like a very.
You'd think he'd use that power more,
right? Like, is this the only time he uses this? Just like the only time he uses necromancy?
The only time he uses necromancy on this scale. Jesus does some one individual. He brings back Lazarus. You know that story?
I just know that Lazarus is like comes back from the dead, but
you know that story then? Yeah. I think maybe he died of leprosy. Maybe that's just because his name is similar. I'm thinking that. I might be wrong.
I don't know. It feels like everybody used to die from leprosy.
Yeah,
it's just like the thing. Everybody was like doing it.
That's what you do.
You're like, how are you? And you're like, oh, my skin's falling off. It's horrible.
Like, cool. You want to go in the hot cave? Like, yep.
You're like, sick. Yeah.
Bet.
Let's do it. Let's go torture a guy.
I heard they got a foosball table. It's like a retirement home, basically.
For like, just people who are like in their 30s.
Yeah, it's a bunch of 30-year-olds just like crusting around and playing checkers.
They're like, you made it to your 30s. Good job.
Back in my younger days, 8 years ago, I used to tear it up. But now I'm tearing up.
Yeah, I'm tearing up. They're like, they have chunks of their skin.
Like, look, he's dancing.
No, I can't stand.
I'm wobbling.
I need help.
He's doing the wobble. I remember the wobble.
Wait, I remember the wobble. They're like, it's like basically the Charleston, like that.
We used to wobble, baby.
Oh
yeah.
Man. And they're like, oh, Grandma,
I'll show you how to hit the Cupid shuffle.
Do I know how to do the Cupid shuffle? And you're like,
Grandpa, don't Harlem Shake. You're gonna die. You go way too hard.
Your fucking teeth are flying out and shit. And do the yeah, that rules. Man, I remember when that was huge. That was so fucking stupid but fun.
It had a great run, dude.
Oh, it was fun.
It was a good internet moment.
Yeah, I went to.
It's really a predecessor to TikTok. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Like, a lot of things that follow that formula now. It's like this part of the song is different. You're doing something crazy.
Well, it's just like one of the first things where everyone was like, let's do our own version of this. It's just like, we can do that. Like, let's just get a bunch of the boys. Let's get in silly costumes.
Yeah, dude, I was in college, so like, just about every dorm floor had one.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure that's awesome.
It's like peak Harlem Shake times. Like, you need 30 boys. We got 30 boys.
We got 30
everywhere.
Boys. Yeah. We got too many boys. Let me tell you.
It's a huge problem.
There's too many boys here, okay? Let me say that, okay?
He's like, you speak up at like a town hall of the university, like, yeah, my name's Chris. I'm a freshman. I have a mustache because of a part, not because of this is who I am. I just want to say, there's too many guys here.
There's too many guys here, okay? I think we all agree there's too many guys here. Some of these guys gotta go.
We have plenty. We have more than enough guys.
Okay, it's already tough, all right? Okay?
Yeah.
It's already tough for me with this mustache, all right? Like, we all agree that we don't need any more.
If there was more girls, they would just mention my mustache behind my back. But all the guys would just tell me to my face, and I'd like to switch that up a little more. So let's get some guys out, some girls in.
And they're like, yeah, we agree, and like we're gonna like kick you out. And I'm just like, I disagree. No, that's not.
I don't think I'm first cuts. Honestly,
that wasn't part of the deal.
Not what I wanted. They lead him out immediately. Like, oh, then good.
Oh yeah, no, that's what it is. I go. They go, all right, well then we want you out. And I go, that wasn't part of the deal. And then they throw me out.
You start sniveling.
Yeah.
Grovel.
No.
Groveler used bootlick.
Yeah. Ooh, please.
You're the bestine.
Like on a boot, like.
Damn, you really give that boot that sloppy toppy. That's crazy.
Absolutely. I'll do anything to like a...
He glucked the arch minister's boot.
I go, thank you for the glizzy. I'm like, anything for you, master. Oh, just please let me go. I'll never do anything bad again.
Imagine being the guy that throated a boot and still got fired. Like, damn, it wasn't enough.
No, I have no sympathy. He's not doing it right. I know how to bootlick.
Doing it all tender.
Whole thing in your mouth.
See, a boot is often leather, and leather doesn't interact well with water. So what you got to do is, but the bottom, that's rubber. So right, now it depends on what kind of boot. A lot of times, if it's like more like an active hiking shoe, then there's going to be
hills and peaks and valleys.
Easier difference to dig stuff out of because there's differences.
Yeah.
What you don't want is like a flat, like Adidas something with a bunch of lines.
No.
Just like long grit. If he's got that, you're going to want to avoid the rubber sole. Actually, it sounds kind of good.
Texture-wise.
More toothsome, some like hard dirt crunchers in there.
It's just got like, it's got like rhythm to it. It's like going up.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. Yeah. And yeah.
Well, that was revealing. Anyways. You mean like,
I'm just thinking like...
That would be a nice texture.
I'm just thinking about boot cuisine.
Boot cuisine. Yeah, but it's like if it was like
it's like, did you just throw a dash of salt onto my foot before you licked my boot? It's like, I mean, what? Would it kill you?
No, my lord, no.
Squeeze a lemon wedge on it, and then try to push his foot into the air fryer.
Really going for
it. Is it? Oh, so what? I'm supposed to just chew raw rubber? Fuck out of here.
I'm sorry, my lord.
Don't. I'm sorry. I want to enjoy licking your boot more.
Yeah, just
That's a good snibble.
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. It's just a muddy marrow.
That's the Urban Dictionary term for sucking a muddy boot. It's a muddy marrow.
Let's get that on the internet ASAP, a muddy marrow. We've got to spread a muddy marrow. It just sounds bad. Okay, let's get it. And then it says, a prophecy against Gog. Who's Gog? Is that God's either brother?
Gog is not God's brother. I think it's just some king.
Oh, well, thank God.
Hi, I'm God's brother, Gog.
Hi, I'm Gog.
I know what you're thinking. No, not God. I'm Gog.
I'm Gog.
G-O-G.
I do everything that God's supposed to do.
I do all the shit that God needs doing.
I have all the powers of God.
I have all the powers of God.
But I don't really do much. I just sort of peter around the house in the garden.
Hello, I'm Gog.
I'm Gog.
I'm God's burnout brother. He became essentially the doctor in the family, if you will.
He's like,
the architect.
That's my brother, man.
I'm good at Soul Calibur.
Yeah, dude, it's me. It's just me. It's like, hey, what's up, man? And they're like, can you help me? And I'm like, no.
I cannot. I didn't work hard.
I'm just here, man.
Now it's kind of vibing out, dude. It's like, but you're the almighty also. It's like, yeah, but I got fish sticks in the air fryer.
Sorry, bro. I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you want to play this game?
You had game with GOG.
Yeah, pick up your sticks. Let's go.
Dude, I got fucking smoked by GOG and Street Fighter.
I can't.
It's like he knew what I was going to do before I did it.
GOG?
Yeah.
I mean, GOG is like the ultimate. He's like the strongest one there is. GOG.
Do you have anything else that you would like to plug? We mentioned Clash of Colas.
Yeah, Clash of Colas 4 coming soon.
Hell yeah.
Like pretty soon.
In
Let's just say
Chicago.
it's going to be a... Can I drop something, actually?
Please.
I will say it's going to be of biblical proportions.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be huge. It's going to be of biblical proportions. Yes.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. Clash of Colas, if you don't know, I've seen it twice now. It's a wrestling show Chris does with a bunch of improvisers and some wrestlers.
Yeah, we're trying to get... Anyways, yeah.
But it's soda themed, so every wrestler has like a soda identity. He's Pepsi Boy. Versus Coke Man is the title belt.
I'm the champion right now. I'm Pepsi Boy, and I'm the best. Like the other guy, Coke Man, he's horrible. He's just like dog shit.
I'm coming after you.
He's a piece of shit. Me trying to like go to promo while I'm high as fuck. Yeah, he sucks. I hate him. He sucks. He's so stupid.
This is the part that goes viral. It's like, dude, Pepsi Boy called out Coke Man in the plugs.
Yeah, he said he sucks.
I love a wrestler who's like, who shit talks is really vague. Like, I don't like his vibe.
Yeah, guy sucks dick. I hate him.
I want to hit him. I don't know why. I just hate him.
Don't like his face. I'm like, he's like my best friend.
My favorite part, yeah. Also shout out. My favorite part of the Clash of Colas 2 was when there was a moment of silence for Sprite, and then later he came back like Undertaker style, like he came back from the dead and kicked the ass of all the other lemon lime sodas.
Yeah,
that's just a taste.
Yeah, Sprite is basically our world's like the Undertaker.
Yeah,
and like Sprite, yeah, he's like invincible. No, it was Sierra Mist. It's Sierra Mist. And
that's what they got rid of.
And he so Sierra Mist, we did a eulogy for Sierra Mist, and we introduced Starry, and Starry like sucks. So you're like, it's this like dweeb, and they're like, yeah, I have capes, and they're like, yay, anime. And you're like, boo. And then it's like Squirt is like really tough and like kind of like I'll fucking kill you, and then like they're all like, and then fucking Sierra Mist comes out, and it's just Ryan, and he's so tall and he's so scary. And
yeah,
just, like,
he was tall.
He's like grabbing them and like ramming their heads into each other and like choking them and slamming.
He's like Darth Vader, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. And the only way to beat him is to destroy his totem, which is like, it's just a totem of like Sierra Mist.
Yeah,
it's fun.
That's just a taste. So does that have its own page, or just follow you on Instagram or something?
Yeah, you can follow. You can follow me at C Dritty. Because I do Clash of Cola, but I just do a bunch of random shit.
He edited some of my music videos from my space album, Sunrise at Dawn at Space.
Check those out. Those are fucking
I'm
crazy.
Hungry, and I want to fuck the sun, and I take a dump in the rain.
I take a dump in the rain. Fucking goes so hard.
Thank you. I also love it. Yeah.
I take a dump in the rain. It's so good, dude.
You got a little candy right here.
Do I?
Yeah.
Might be my fake teeth.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
It's a gap.
Yeah. My bad.
That's the consequences of having fucked up teeth, everybody.
Is that what you want to plug to, is just taking care of your teeth?
No.
Fuck that.
No.
Eat candy.
Eat candy.
If we get sponsored by candy, that would be a great...
Have fun.
You're wearing a hat named Cigarettes and saying do crime. You're exactly who my mother feared.
Yeah. I'm just quiet, though. But like,
So
Clash of Colas 4.
CJ80 on Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, and then it's Clash of Cola on TikTok. It might be like Clash of Cola LLC or some shit. I think it's just Clash of Colas.
Dope.
Like Little Orphan Boy. We're gonna do another run of Little Orphan Boy.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we're doing that
again.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
But yeah, Little Orphan Boy's coming back.
That's sick.
And then like November, we have a 4-month run. We're doing like
of Little Orphan Boy.
Yeah, like November to February.
This is a musical you wrote.
Yeah, me and my roommate
I think I remember you were talking about. In the earlier stages of it, you mentioned it to me.
Yeah, dude, I did.
That's so cool you did it.
I did it.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It's hard to make a whole musical, man.
Yeah, it was really hard. And, like, we did it, and it was, like, 100%, like, a team thing in terms of just being, like, Zach and I are, like, the writers, but we're, like, the producers, so it's, like, very much, like, working with a music director. We worked with, like, John Love, who's, like, amazing. He's the ETC, Second City ETC music director. and he's like just an awesome dude.
Nice.
And I've known him like forever, but he like I was just like, hey, this is this idea, and like it somehow worked out where we were able to like work with each other. It was great. It was an awesome experience, and like he somehow agreed to do this, and it was like awesome. We'd be like, it's like this song is like this, and like here's the like some of the lyrics, and he'd be like, yeah, that's it, and you're like, that's perfect, that's great. And
that's awesome.
There's like a time where like Zach and I were like, all right, John's busy, so like we need to sort of like try to work on one of these songs by ourselves. And
that's just hard.
well, it was like 6 hours of us like trying a bunch of stuff and like playing on the piano and like being like, let's just start looking up stuff and seeing if we can like find something that inspires us, you know, or like, because it's like, it's a parody show, so we're like,
just find the kind of song we're going for.
yeah, it's like, I mean, if you can't pretend that it's like some of our songs are not like, it's like, okay, that's obviously like Hard Knock Life. It's just like, it's literally called Piss and Shit. And it's like, instead of, it's a hard knock life, it goes, only piss and shit. It's like, or like whatever, you know, it's like that level of difference. It's like, so we were like, we spent hours and hours and hours trying to fucking figure out this song. And we were like, it should be this one, and this one should have a little bit of this too. And then like, again, we brought it to John, and we were like, we're really frustrated with this. We just can't get it. And he was like, I think it should maybe be like a little bit like this. And we were like, yeah, that's it.
Immediately that.
Ah.
Yeah.
And it was like, God, it's so good.
That music talent is different, man.
Yeah, I don't have that ability. So that's like what I mean, like in terms of just like total group effort. Like he really was like he's the music, like very much. And like we like added like lyrics and harmonies. And it, obviously like that part of it was collaborative, but it's like he can just like, that's he's awesome. the musician there, you know? Mm-hmm. And then like, we had like someone do choreography, and like we had like a tap number. It's a full musical. It's crazy, man.